Welcome out here to round 2 of the AMA West Star Scramble Championship presented by FMF. We are out here at beautiful Cheney Ranch, just near Warner Springs, California. We had lots of rain. It's the sun's out, it's tacked up, it's super nice, it dried up. We are so thankful to Ed and Michelle, the owners of Cheney Ranch, for allowing us to come here as a replacement round for round 2. If you are not here, you missed out. So enjoy this next episode of Chasing Ribbon.
I kind of got the start, and then Caitlin got around me like a few corners in, and then we went back and forth. I ended up and made a pass on her in the technical stuff, and then was able to stay in the lead the rest of the race. I don't know, it was super fun. I had a really good time out there.
Yes, I think that was a super sick race. The club put together like a really cool course where it was like a good mix of fast stuff and then some technical stuff. I think that's probably some more of the most technical stuff I've seen in a West Star Scramble in a while. So that made it super fun. I liked it. I think that was maybe my favorite part of the course. And the dirt was sick, so we can't complain with that. So then I was following her on the motocross track. Was actually kind of helpful because I could kind of pace off of her on jumps. And then I was right with her all the way out into the technical stuff, and she messed up on a little rocky ledge, and I kind of like was able to wheelie past her. And then I made a few mistakes in the technical stuff, but was able to like keep it good enough that I had a pretty solid lead. But that was fun. I feel like the more I got into the race, the more fun I was having. So then it was just like made a huge difference. It was sick. Very cool terrain out here.
It was really fun. I had a decent start and I was behind Rachel and Caitlin. And I actually was happy to be behind them on the first lap because they made some mistakes on a sketchy log, seen some bikes go everywhere. So then it seemed not to go that way, and then everyone kind of got in some bottlenecks the first lap, which separated us a little bit. And then I think I fell back to like 4th at one point and was battling with Ty and Charlie most of the day, and then got around Ty on the last lap, and yeah, it was fun. It was kind of whoever could get through that creek in the back the best and not get stuck, so I got lucky on that last lap and made it through smooth, and yeah. Probably that downhill rocky canyon coming onto the track. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was sick, huh?
Yeah, it was cool.
Were good though?
Perfect. It was nice not to be in the desert and the dust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. I decided to eat myself like 3 times on the last lap. No dust for sure. I actually went over the handlebars and fell in the water, so definitely wasn't dry. But it was really fun. I'm not really used to running so much like single track and stuff. It's not really what I do a lot, so I like to be able to get out and do something different. I'm trying to do that a lot this year, trying to kind of do a little bit of everything. So I'm glad I could make it out here and get a 3rd place.
I would be down to come back here next year. It was cool. The venue's very cool. The property's sick, and I'm glad that they allowed us to race on it. I had a lot of fun.
I got the whole shot, which was sick, and I was riding good. I didn't really feel much pressure, and then I just came into the first tough, tight, like rocky single track stuff, and I just laid it down. I blew that one. So I went probably 5th, 6th at that point,
Giacomo got around me early, and I felt pretty good behind him. Made a couple mistakes, and he got a pretty good gap.
Yeah, it was a good day. I think I showed that I still got the speed, and Canyon today was very challenging, especially because of the lap rider. But I think Jacob did a great job. Thanks to Ed, the owner of this ranch. That was amazing. It's my first time.
I went down like 3 times the first lap, which is totally not like me, but second lap we're into lappers, and I was just like, oh my god, this is crazy.
Dude, I lost track of who
Right?
was even where. And like,
It was mayhem. I had so much went on. I was in so much pain that whole race, and I was just trying to ride. Once I saw Zane had some problems, and he's the next guy in the championship with me. And after that, I went full manage mode. And on the media thing yesterday, I said I never managed a race, but I went full manage mode, and
you went back on your word.
And I went back on my word, and it did make me have a bunch of mistakes. So I'm just gonna get healthy and come back at the next one. Hopefully do it again. There was a little slab down on the bottom that was pretty cool. You had to clean it, and if you didn't clean it, you were there spinning for a couple seconds. So definitely the little off-camber slab.
They were tight, yeah. They were rocky tight, slow. I think you were only like second, third gear there, just cruising. And I mean, I'm a little older now, like a vet guy now, I think so. And I was just cruising there because I was so pumped up, and yeah, I couldn't relax, so I was just kind of hanging in there in surviving mode. And yeah, once I relaxed after like an hour and a half, then I was able to like charge a little bit more. Then I bonked. But yeah, it's part of the deal. It was good. It was fun. Fun times for sure. I'll pass somebody, and then, or they'll pass me, and then I'll see them stop. And I'm like, what's going on? And then I'll keep going and like never see them again, and then I'll see them the next lap. So yeah, I don't know what was the deal with. Yeah, but it was some brutal race for sure.
Gnarly day. I think it was a lot more technical than everyone expected it to be today. Even I was talking to Jake Argubright, he's like, I did not think that many rocks were going to come up and it was going to get that nasty, but yeah, it was a technical day. There was a lot of bike issues today, a lot of mechanicals. Unfortunately got claimed myself, so had a bit of a long day, but yeah, overall it's a cool course.
Unfortunately, the result is not what we was expecting, and what we was pushing for the first hour and a half. Then we had a little issue that we lost over 10 minutes, and is what it is. But I'm happy. We go home with a smile because if we was just missing a little bit of luck this weekend.
Old Cheney Ranch did some damage today on a lot of people's stuff, so.
Wanted to try and overcome something in a race, and overcome a little injury is cool. You know, makes you dig that much more for it. So I'm excited.
So what happened to your hand here?
I just we were doing motos last week, me and Dante, and our line kept on coming tighter and tighter to this tree, and there was like a long cut stump off of it, and it just I blew it through the bushes, and it stopped me. I thought I broke my whole hand, and luckily I just iced in some elevation, and my swelling went down, except with my pointer finger. But yeah, just unfortunate thing, but dirt bikes, it can happen, and something small, so I'm thankful.
I've only seen the track on YouTube videos from the photo shoots, and that's about it. When I used to live up in Temecula, there was a track that I was wanted to come, but it was private, and I just never had the chance. But yeah, I was pretty surprised with the course and everything. The motor track was epic, dirt and everything was amazing as well, but they also ended up cutting quite a single track, so that was cool. It was something unique from the Hare Scrambles, and yeah, rocky and tight, and very similar to like Cajilla and also to like Tecate, that what we're used to down there in Baja. So yeah, it was a good day for sure.
My pace was okay. Then we had some issue, but we fight back and say we are super close to home, and I want to give it all. So happy with the second, and hope to see you soon.
I knew that it was going to be a real demanding track on the bikes and it was going to be tough. And you know, I saw a lot of people dropping out with mechanicals and stuff, and it's not always great to see, but you know, you keep it in the back of your mind and you try to save the bike a bit. Ryder had a really good push, and he caught me, and I knew I didn't have it for him, and maybe I'd be better off following him. So you know, I gave him some room. He got by me, and then I just tank slapped it right behind him. Just ate it. Bent my front rotor and lost part of my front brake, and that was pretty difficult to get going again.
I've honestly had couple rough weekends leading up to this, so all week I was just kind of visualizing and just telling myself I was going to win this race, and I just believed in myself from the start. I honestly got a terrible start. I was like dead last, but I just put my head down and kept pushing, and a couple of those guys got bottlenecked up, and I was in the lead, so I was like, well, I can't let these guys pass me back, so I just kept pushing, and the track was awesome. I mean, the rocks, the moto track, the wet dirt, I mean, you couldn't beat it, so it was a good time out there.
First 2 laps, maybe 3 laps, I was just not riding. Like, it took me a little bit to adjust to it. I was not riding like I know how to ride. And then I caught on to it and started making some gains, started making some positions, and was pulling on Donners there a little bit at the end. I wish we could have pulled that off, but he outweighed Storm. So yeah, I mean, overall I'm happy with how I'm adjusting to this, and the longer race format, the different style of terrain. I'm happy with how I'm adjusting to it. Yeah, we just gotta keep showing up, and we'll be even further up in third. Dude, it was brutal. If I'm being honest, that's like, I've ridden stuff like that before in practice, but it's always so different in a race, and I've never raced anything that tough. So it was a shock to the system the first couple laps, and I'm telling you, dude, I had feet off the pegs. My bike was smoking. I was burning the tire on rocks. I was just all over the place, like oh man, riding like a C-class guy out there the first couple laps. But once we figured it out, it's good fun, man. It feels really good when you can get through those sections with your feet on the pegs and really start flowing through them and find some better lines. It's a good time.
Yeah, the race started out really good. Got a good start. Got into the lead within the first few minutes, and then had a really good battle with Leighton and Ryder. And then I think lap 4 maybe, Ryder and I had pulled out quite a good gap, and then made a silly mistake, hit a rock on the inside on my right side, fell over on the left, and somehow my ignition wire got ripped out of the ignition cover, and my bike was pumping oil everywhere. So stayed on the side of the trail for a while trying to fix it, and came back to the pit and got it fixed, and lost, I don't know, probably 10 minutes or something. So after that, it was just damage control. Put my head down, rode as hard as I could, made it back to 4th, and yeah, not the day we're hoping for, but for how bad it could have gone, I'll take it. It went pretty good. We salvaged some good points. Yeah, we got it all fixed. Wasn't leaking any more oil. Put like a half a quart back in it because I lost quite a bit, and then after that, everything was good. I rode as hard as I could. Like I said, made it back to 4th. So decent day.
I really didn't see Ryder at all. I saw him for a quarter of a lap, and then he was gone. He was moving today. I battled with Colton and Leighton quite a bit the first few laps. You know, we traded paint a few times, so that was kind of fun, you know, real tough. And then Zeller was behind me, and he was about 20 seconds back, and he was really keeping me honest there, trying to reel me in. And I turned it up the last few laps. Got pretty scared that he was going to catch me, so it was a good time. Figuring out that it was real soft at the top, so I started going around, and I could carry my speed better. And I don't know if it was slower or faster, but it was more consistent, you know, and just trying to keep in that flow. Indians were good. We need more of that, you know, more of real bottlenecks and line choice. It was pretty cool to see, like, everyone's different take on it, you know, talking with everyone. If you risk the hard line, if you went a workaround, it adds a lot more fun to it, you know, a lot more racecraft going on. Favorite part was probably the canyon. You know, Jacob was sitting there, and I cleaned it once, didn't put a foot down, nothing, and he was pumped, I was pumped. It was really good track there.
I mean, I come from a moto background, and we're at a legendary motocross track, so it was such a good time. Like, the big floater jump in the back, like, hitting that first lap was a bit hairy, but I mean, it's a good time. This track's so sick. Like, you have a couple little hips coming into some turns, and all the turns are just big bold turns, and that's a good time. But I wish I had enjoyed the other stuff more, because I probably would have had a better result. But yeah, I'd say that the moto track is definitely my favorite.
For me, it was the moto track. I was having a lot of fun. The jumps were fun, and I was making up some good time over there. And then those boys were putting it to me back there in the creeks. This was one of the most technical courses I think I've ever ridden. So I got some work to do in that department. But it was fun. Good learning experience. For sure. Cheney Ranch was awesome. I think with a little more work, they could make the track a little bit longer, and it'd be super awesome. So excited to come back in the future if that happens.